How's it going, bros? Today I'm gonna design a summer-themed My Singing Monsters island since it's summer break. In the last part, I designed the single elemental monsters that each embodied the elements of tropical, sweet, aquatic, and coral. Each of these monsters can be bred together to create a new monster with a unique elemental combination. So in this part, I will be designing 6 double elemental monsters for the island. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into it. For the monster with the elements of tropical and sweet, I decided to design a coconut-themed monster. This monster uses 2 giant coconut halves as instruments. I wanted this monster to look similar to the coconuts that it hit, so I made it small, round, brown, and fluffy. I thought a tribal-esque appearance would be fitting for this monster, so I added some furless areas like the face, as well as horns, which not only made the monster look more tribal, but also gave the monster a more interesting silhouette. As the cherry on top, I added a straw sticking out of one of the coconuts, though it's covered up by this monster's hand. As you can see in the speed paint, I played around a lot with the colors so I could find what was just right. Now, let's see the finished monster. Meet Kokoling, the tropical sweet double elemental. This monster takes up a 2x2 space and uses their coconuts to make a conga sound. The tribal fuzzball that is the Kokoling is known for having an affinity for feasting on giant fruits. These small creatures even form their own clans based on what their favorite fruit is. These clans often go to war with each other over their disagreements. It's worth mentioning that in Kokoling culture, war means harmless food fights. The Kokolings are excellent drummers, and despite their disputes, all clans unanimously agree that coconuts make the best instruments. None of Tropical Island's trees have been observed to grow these giant fruits, however, so where do they come from? No one knows for sure. For the monster with the elements of tropical and aquatic, I thought it would be extremely fitting to make it be based on those rideable inflatable sharks. I didn't want this monster to be a vocalist, so I took into consideration what instrument to make this monster play, and I ultimately decided that this monster would make a maraca sound. This monster makes its sound by shaking its balls. These balls can be seen through a transparent window on this monster's back, similar to Schlepp from the original game. I wanted it to be clear that this monster was an inflatable shark and not just a shark, so aside from the handles, I also added some smaller details like an air valve and those sharp, curvy molding edges that inflatables have. I never understood why inflatables have such sharp edges. Like, children are meant to be playing in these things. These edges are like paper cuts, but twice as bad. I thought it would be a fun detail if the colors of each of the balls represented the single elementals of the island. The green balls represent Tapatortoise, the yellow balls represent Frutatuga, the red balls represent the Balloon Buzz, and the purple balls represent Clack Clam. I also added in one light blue ball that represents the monster itself. Now, let's see the finished monster. Meet Shakashark, the tropical aquatic double elemental. This monster takes up a 3x3 space and makes a maraca sound. The Shakashark is one of the largest monsters on Tropical Island. So large, in fact, that it even compares to the island's mighty boss monster. The Shakashark is full of air, which makes it extremely buoyant. As evident from the handles, this monster can be ridden. Even with the added weight of a rider, however, the Shakashark can still quickly dash across the water in no time. When on land, the Shakashark will bounce around to move and shake the spheres inside of its see-through body to produce a sound. For the monster with the elements of tropical and coral, I decided to make a crab-like monster. This monster stands on 4 long legs, each with singular toes to fit more with the weird, unconventional art style of My Singing Monsters, and also has a cute fanged smile. It's a crab monster, so I obviously had to make it use its claws to make its sound. This monster sounds very similar to Tabacrab and Claptrap, both fan-made monsters by Raw Zebra. There's really not much else to say about this monster, so let's see their finished design. Meet Longklaaw, the tropical coral double elemental. This monster takes up a 2x2 space and uses their claws to make a washboard sound. Crawling through the coastal sands of Tropical Island is the Longklaaw. Despite how alluring the rhythmic clicks and clacks of this charming crustacean's massive claws may be, keep your distance. While the Longklaaw does not want to cause any harm whatsoever, its claws are very sharp. The Longklaaw, as you may have noticed from its tall physique, is a relative of the ethereal Pentumbra. It is a younger cousin, so to say. For the monster with the elements of sweet and aquatic, I decided to make it be based on those floaties with fruit textures on them. You just can't make a summer-themed island without a ukulele, so I thought it would be a great idea to make this monster play a ukulele. Because of this, I made the monster ukulele-shaped, so they have a long neck with a rectangular cycloptic eye at the top, as well as 4 strings that connect from their neck to the inside of their jaw. They also have 6 large fingers. 4 are used to stand, and the other 2 are used to play the strings. There are 2 common types of the fruit floaties that this monster is based on, orange floaties and lime floaties. Between the 2, I decided to make this monster orange-based. I don't plan to make rare or epic variants of any of the tropical monsters, not including Wubox, but if I did, I would definitely make the rare version of this monster look like a lime. Now, let's see the finished monster. Meet Ukuleleye, the sweet aquatic double elemental. This monster takes up a 2x2 space. The Ukuleleye is known for the sweet, mellow songs it plays. This monster has a bizarre, donut-shaped body, as well as a large eye sprouting from the top. Using its buoyant body, a trait which is common for aquatic element monsters, the Ukuleleye has a unique ability to not only effortlessly float in the water, but also play its soothing tune as it floats adrift. For the monster with the elements of sweet and coral, I just made an octopus monster that was holding popsicles and 4 of its 8 tentacles. This monster's skin is a shade of purple, similar to Clack Clam from the last part, and has pink spots on it to make it more interesting. I thought that Tropical Island didn't have enough vocalists, so I made this monster a vocalist since I couldn't find any way to make the popsicles connect to its sound. Despite this, though, I did still give a pretty clever explanation for the popsicles in this monster's bio, aside from them just being cosmetic. Now, let's see the finished monster. Meet Octopop, the sweet coral double elemental. This monster takes up a 2x2 space and is a vocalist. While almost all tropical monsters evolve to withstand high temperatures, the Octopop is a one and only exception. Long ago, the Octopops lived primarily underwater. However, after years of listening to Tropical Island's harmonious song from the seafloor, they decided to go to land and join the other monsters. Since they were used to the cold, they had to find a way to adjust to Tropical Island's hot climate. And that's how they developed a sweet tooth for cold treats, especially popsicles. Now for the final monster of this video, the monster with the elements of aquatic and coral. I decided to have this monster be made out of pool noodles. This monster has a long pool noodle body with an angular frown that is meant to match with the curvature of the noodle. It also has 4 pool noodle arms that it uses to hit itself, as well as 2 pool noodle legs that touch each other in a sort of meditating pose. I also add some floofy pool noodle hair at the top of this monster's head since I thought it would fit well. Originally, this monster was going to have round eyes at the sides of its head, but I instead gave it rectangular eyes since they fit better. Also, in case you couldn't tell, this monster is in fact levitating. Now, let's see the finished monster. Meet Wackanoodle, the aquatic coral double elemental. Their name is a combination of the words whack, wacky, and noodle. This monster takes up a 2x2 space and makes a boomwhacker sound, similar to Bonkers from the original game. Watch out, you don't want to get hit as the Wackanoodle swings its arms in a satisfying musical solo, so be careful. The Wackanoodle is made out of colorful hollow tubes which release a satisfying sound when they crash. This monster uses its hollow arms to rapidly hit its body and make an unexpected song out of it. This doesn't hurt the Wackanoodle, thankfully. How wacky. And that is it for today's video. In the next part, I'm going to be not only designing the triple elemental monsters, but also the quad as well. The Tropical Island series has been the fastest growing thing I have ever uploaded. So much so that I now have 1,000 subscribers. I have a hard time comprehending the fact that 1,000 of you are tuning in to see what I post next, and I am endlessly thankful for each and every one of you. I used to be a small YouTuber, but ever since I started this series, I've become a slightly less small YouTuber. Since I hit 1K and didn't have a plan for a 1K special, I thought it would be fun to do a Q&A, so I made a post on my community tab where I'll be letting you all ask some questions. By the way, don't ask your questions in the comments of this video. I made the post specifically for the Q&A. Link is in the description and the pinned comment. Also, since I've been blowing up, I think I should specify that I am not a My Singing Monsters channel. I make videos about all kinds of stuff, and MSM just happens to be one of them. In fact, while I've been working on the Tropical Island series, I've also finished the script for a video that is completely unrelated to MSM. Anyways, as per usual, make sure to like and comment so that more people see this video, and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Enderboy, out. Just keep your feet on the ground and move your head all around. You put your hands in the air and move with the sound to the earthquake.